Or did you say you were ready, Rob? So, Rob, and this is if you're okay with it. This is if you're okay with it. So let me know if you're not. Let me know if you're not. But what I want to do is basically set off an emotional trigger for you and help you understand how easy and not scary it is to breathe through it. Because believe it or not, if you breathe, you are letting it out without it getting out of hand. And they basically were telling me I should kind of simply show you this, because you are repressing because you're expecting it to be out of hand every time. So you swallow. But they're saying you can actually release it without actually latching onto it and then struggling through it. It's when we latch on and like try and kind of fight letting it out that it actually hurts. Thank you, Brandon, for the follow. There's a need for simplicity, for you to understand the simplicity of releasing and not suppressing. So, I've never done this. I usually do this on one-to-one sessions, Rob, so we'll see how it goes. I've never done this live on Twitch before. These are usually, this practice is usually easier on one-on-ones, like privates, where it's just your energy and mine, but we'll see how it goes today, since my guides were talking about it. Okay, they're talking about your inner child. Okay, Rob. Hi, Andrea. Thank you for your subscription, hon. Welcome back. I'm so glad to see you. This is why it might be hard, Rob. Just saying. Just saying. But we'll see. We'll do a mini. We'll see if we can trigger it just a bit and help you release just a tiny bit, so you get like a physical sensation reference of how it actually works. Because there's a fear in you showing your emotions, because the problem is that you latch onto it and you feed into it, is what happens. So this is about learning how to not feed into it while it's happening. This is about letting it in and then letting it move through you. Because when you refuse and you swallow it, you actually end up making it worse, because then it grows on top of the other suppressed emotion and the other suppressed emotion and the other suppressed emotion and the other suppressed emotion. And then all of a sudden you have like this. You have like this. And then then something else, another emotion comes in, and you're like, oh, I don't have any more room. And then it's just like, just makes sense. Like, I don't have any more room. And then you really lose it. Then you really lose it. And not just lose it like angry, but like lose it, whatever the last emotion was that couldn't fit, ends up being like the overlying layer of all the other crap. So it seems like that instance was the main issue. No, because all of the intensity of the energy was actually behind all the other stuff you never let out. I feel like this description is helping you a lot already, but let's see if we can try and get you to recognize it. So, and this is, again, I've never done this on stream before, so we're going to see how it works. You're going to head out. Good night. Good night, Wheel. You have a similar problem too, so this could help. This could help too. So anybody who feels, I guess we can try and help multiple energies. Why not? Why not? They're saying why not? Okay, we're gonna try it live on stream. So anybody who resonates with this and you suppress your stuff, we're gonna see what we can do as a group. They're saying light sage. Okay. Hi, Johnny. Welcome in. Hi, Johnny. You're resonating, Poochie. All right. We're basically gonna... You guys are gonna feel triggered. So... I mean, just so you know, you guys are gonna feel triggered. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be uncomfortable, right? What have I been talking about the whole stream today? Uncomfortableness is the doorway for growth. You are supposed to feel uncomfortable. Because that's you saying, I'm ready for the next thing. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. Creed's gonna sage too. Thank you. Oh crap, here we go. Can I make some sage at home? Yeah, like you can get sage from the grocery store. Like I get sage from the grocery store. You can get fresh sage in the produce section. I just hang it out and dry it. So yeah, you can totally do that. Thank you for the follow, Lord. So, okay, here's the disclaimer. Hashtag trigger warning. Hashtag trigger warning. Have a great evening, guys. Thank you, Garden. Thank you, Garden. Looking forward to an email. All right. You may be triggered at this moment. You may have emotional stuff come up that is uncomfortable. What we want you to not do don't swallow it. If you swallow it, you will not learn. If you swallow it, you are not going to learn. So here's what happens. Your throat chakra you're gonna feel it in your belly. I'm being very direct about explaining how this feels so people have something to... I feel like some of you are like, I have no idea what we're doing. It's okay. You're gonna feel an emotion. You're gonna feel the energy of it it's gonna feel like a pit in your stomach. Okay? Shortly after that, you're gonna feel your throat chakra. It's gonna feel like you need to swallow. You're gonna feel the emotion come up into your throat chakra. We haven't started yet. Nope. Some of you probably are already thinking about it though. You're gonna feel it come up to your throat chakra. You're going to want to swallow. You're going to want to go and swallow it. No. Do not do that. Do not swallow. Do not swallow. When you feel it and it starts coming up and you're like, that's when you breathe. Literally, you breathe it out. It's that easy. It's that easy. You don't have to lay down. You don't have to lay down. You don't have to lay down. Be comfortable though. It's really not as intense as people think it is. I'm not gonna trigger the deepest wound ever. We're just giving you a little sample of what this feels like. We're just giving you a tiny sample. I'm not gonna trigger the worst thing for you. This is a sample, okay? So we're gonna breathe first. So everybody needs to get comfortable. You might need to hold on to a chair. No, I'm just kidding. Be comfortable right now. So it's time to prep for what we're going to get ready to do. Sorry ahead of time if I don't talk to people in chat for a minute, because I'm going to be really directing a whole crap load of people right now. So sorry if you feel like I miss your attention. But I'm going to have a lot of stuff I'm working on. I already feel the heat. So get comfortable, right? If you need a pillow, grab a pillow. If you're thirsty, go get a good drink real quick. If you have tension in your shoulders, bash it out real quick. Just really quick, get yourself comfortable. Make your body comfortable. Once your body is comfortable, you become more familiar with your own energy. It's hard to read your energy when your body is focused on other things. Music intensifies. Alright. So, again, trigger warning. This is simply for you guys to have an idea of how to let go of your suppressed emotions. Because a lot of us need a reference of how we're actually doing more damage to ourselves and making a release actually helpful when we don't do it, when we suppress it. We fear our emotions because we think they're too intense. They're really not that intense. They feel intense because they're built on top of old emotion after old emotion after old emotion after old emotion after old. You understand? So those of you who are ready to go, feel free. Those of you who do not want to be triggered right now, you might want to step away. There's no guarantee. I am not responsible for you being triggered when you didn't want to be. I promise, though, it won't be that bad. I promise, though, it will not be that bad. We're just doing a small exercise. So take some deep breaths. In through the nose and out through the mouth. You want to try to go as deep as you can without overextending your body. Don't make your body more uncomfortable by the way you're breathing. So find your own breath rhythm that is deep enough for you. If it hurts to expand your chest or your throat can't handle, if your body seizes up, it's telling you you're doing too much. Listen to what your body is saying. So take a breath in, hold it for a minute, and breathe out. We're going to be doing a couple more breaths so we can all get as relaxed as possible. So another breath in. Okay. Return to normal breathing. Should feel much calmer now, just after even those few breaths. If you're not quite calm enough, keep breathing for a minute, okay? At your own pace. If you're not quite calm yet, do a few more. There we go. That was a good one. Sometimes you do need to pause and then go back into it. That's fine. It's about getting to the right space, being clear. Okay? Once you get calm, I want you to think about, if you can think about something today that happened and hurt you, then I want you to think about that moment. If you can't think about something today, try and go just a little bit further back. Don't go all the way to childhood, please. I can't handle all of you going back that far. Just think about something more recent that hurt you or upset you. Okay? And focus on what that felt like. How did that instance make you feel? You can picture that instance in your mind. Replay it in your third eye vision, in your imagination. Right? What happened? Good job, guys. Good job. Now hold that for a minute. Feel that fire in the belly. I want you to put your hands down by your belly and take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Some of you lost it right after I pointed it out because I broke your concentration. Hey, that's okay. Go back in. Some of you are still breathing. Good job. You're letting it out right now, by the way. That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. Notice it, a lot of you, it skipped right out of your throat chakra. You guys didn't even notice the throat chakra because I said hold it and breathe it out. So the throat chakra didn't even get activated because you literally just activated it and pew. Some of you need us to go back though. So go back to that time. Picture it in your mind again, right? Some of you still are breathing, that's okay. If you need to go back and get another reference for your mind on what this feels like, go back in your mind and replay that picture of where you were hurt. Right? What happened that made you feel not enough, or hurt your feelings, or angered you, or upset you? What did that look like? What happened? You can let the whole thing play out if you have to. Okay, Rob, I'm gonna go into... Everyone else, I feel, has a pretty good idea of how this works. Remember, tightness in the throat. Don't swallow. If you have to... because you feel yourself being tempted to swallow, do that. Listen to your body. If you have to go in a panic because you feel yourself panicking, that's fine. Do that. If you need to match your energy that's feeling like this about it, then you can react to that in that same fashion. Going like this is fine. You're doing it right. This is how easy it is, though. Okay? Alright, Rob. You ready? I'm gonna focus. I feel like most of you are good now. So, Rob, I'm going to focus on you since you did it, but I feel like you need a bit more. Thank you, Fairlight. Yeah, the tightness in the throat is your body recognizing the energies there and ready to be released. It's just sometimes it's so intense that we want to swallow it, when really we need to be pushing it out with our breath. You're not feeling anything? Didn't you say your whole body ached? Oh no, Eddie said their whole body hurt. It's alright. That's alright. We're focused on Rob right now. This practice is technically for Rob, but I felt like other people needed examples. I'll probably make this into a clip, so those of you who and there's a lot of energy going on right now, so if you don't feel anything, you're probably just triggered by all the energy going on. You did push-ups. That's all right. All right, Rob. So I'm going to go in specifically for Rob. Those of you who want more practice, feel free. Those of you who aren't sure what we're doing, it's okay. We're almost done. Hey, Dual. All right, so I'm going to focus for Rob right now. So, Rob, focus on me, hon. Come say hi. Come say hi. Hi. I appreciate you too, Rob. All right, you ready? Did you feel the swelling up in your eyes just then, Rob? And I said, come over here and say hi. You feel the swelling in your eye? Realize that by you not swallowing down the swelling, that's a release too, Rob. That's a release too. You didn't resist that part, right? You were open, and because you were so open, you didn't resist letting that slight swelling happen. You didn't prevent it from happening. You're just like, you know what? I'm okay with this. Because you did that, that's another form of release that's not painful. So it's about being open and letting that just flow, letting whatever comes up just flow. Because it's when we resist it, it's when we close it off that it hurts. So I just wanted to point that out to you, that right there, that little bit of energetic exchange is enough for you to prevent yourself from going way down the way, right? Because you didn't latch onto it and say, why am I tearing up? And you didn't panic, and you weren't trying to like fix it, Rob. You were open. You weren't trying to fix it. You were just like, I'm okay with this coming right now. This feels okay to do. You need to be okay with being okay with feeling your emotions. All right? So let's do a breathing one. So we'll go back in one last time, Rob, for you to know what this feels like. Yep, deep breath in. And a breath out. Feel the activation in the chest. This is how open you are, Rob. You're so open right now, it takes you one breath to open that heart chakra. You are so ready that it takes just that one breath. You feel it? Yeah, it does. By breathing, you are releasing. So, no more swallowing, Rob, okay? No more feeling and then swallowing. Because it's the breathing through it that helps you, okay? So for you, you needed a representation of an actual tangible practice for you to do in order to stop repressing. I feel like you needed to know what it felt like to not repress and have both references to look at. And you can breathe at any time. Somebody cuts you off in traffic and you're like, and you just want to like scream. Why don't you just go no, I want people to try that. Next time someone cuts you off, instead of attaching, thank you, instead of attaching words to how you feel and growing your anger by attaching words to it, why don't you just breathe it out? Because that's you go like this and tense up because you're getting ready to release it. Your body knows it wants to release it, so your body's reacting in that way, but we're not releasing appropriately. We're not releasing appropriately. So, when we attach words, oh, you just really hurt my feelings, and we actually grow that. We're saying, oh my gosh, that pain, I'm gonna latch onto it. And then attach words and meanings behind it to grow how much that hurt, when really we could have just been like, ouch, man. Ouch. Sometimes I cry because it is painful. And you can cry. This isn't about not crying, right? We didn't do a deep trigger today. I cannot handle deeply triggering everybody on stream today, okay? So don't think that you didn't release because you didn't cry. No. That is not how this works. That's not how this works. And again, in a 1-to-1, I could maybe really get into it for each individual person as to where your energy is in specific with this practice. That I could do in a 1-to-1, but I have cards to do today. But I did feel like just being aware about this I feel like everybody's reading today is helping a lot of people, which is why the reads are like extra long today. So maybe I should close the queue, because I feel like all y'all's readings are just really for everybody else. And so we're spending a lot of time on it because a lot of people are like, oh my god, I feel this. Oh my god, I feel it. I feel it, man. I feel it. I needed to feel this. I needed to know this. You feel it too? A lot of people did. So if you feel it's your body's way of saying, okay, we're preparing ourselves to let this go. But we don't learn to let go in a healthy way. We think that, and we kind of do learn this by example. We think we're letting go when we like yell or shout or like vent. We think we're venting on it, but really we're putting so much energy into it that we're not moving on. Whereas if we just breathed, it would be gone. And then we can be clear enough to really have a actual discussion about it. Because sometimes we vent, and then we feel like garbage, and then we make other people feel like garbage because they had to listen to us vent about it, but we know we just have to get it out through the breath. You don't have to like grow it and like layer it. And it's a practice. It takes time. And I'm not saying don't ever talk about how you feel. No, this is different. Initially, you don't have to necessarily do that. Breathe through it first, then you can be clear enough to actually have a talk about it. So, anyway, let's move to the card, Rob. Let's move to the cards. Back to the cards. Let's help more people. Then you realize you're a fool for shouting, Drathion, and you apologize. You apologize to yourself too, because you know it's not healthy. We all know it's not healthy. But I feel like some of us really needed to know that this action is actually the body preparing itself to release the energy that has been activated. But sometimes crying is necessary. Sometimes, especially when you're doing deeper healing, you will start to notice that the longer you hold it and breathe through it, the more is ready to come out. And you will actually start crying, but it won't be the same type of crying, especially if you breathe through it. You won't be scrunching your face. You can't scrunch your face and breathe at the same time. You can't. You can't. You literally can't. So you won't give yourself a headache. You'll cry in a way that won't give yourself a headache. You'll cry in a way that won't make you feel drained as much. Because when your muscles are like tense and you're like, that by itself drains you. I'm already tired from doing it for that 1 second. It's not the crying that does it. It's our resistance to letting it out in a healthy way. We really needed to talk about this because I can't quit talking about it.